Y'all, I wanted to show you I'm out here. I'm going to mix some more of this pepper spray. And I'm about out of it. I'm going to have to cook me some more of it, looks like. But I use this sprayer, and I've still got some left in it from last time. And I've only got a little bit left in here, so I'm going to go ahead and use it all. Oops. Might help if I took the lid off, huh? That is extremely hot. Because I made it a lot hotter than the recipe called for. And I'm afraid I'm going to dump that, so I better pick it up this way. I got to go over here and put just a little bit of water in it. Because like I said, I made mine extra strong, so I could just add a little water. Whoops. But you can see it's about half full of hot pepper spray. Because you can't fill it all the way up to the top. And I had to put in a new water hose yesterday. The one I had just broke apart on me. Let's see. Woo. Mosquitoes are out. And I don't know how to remedy the situation of having all the foam come up. Because I got to get more water in there than that. There. That should be good. Y'all, I was just going to get the water out of the hose. There you go. Some of these bubbles go down. I don't want it to come out on my hands. Too many bubbles in there. hard to build up the pressure when you got those soap bubbles. I mean, the bubbles like that. Try to get those out the best I can. That's a little bit better. Now the first one we're going to do, little buddy's under the tripod. Is this tree collard right here. And I didn't put any more soap in it, but there was a little bit of soap in what was left in the bottle before I added any. But I can see something has come by and put out little black eggs. That we don't want on our plants. And it doesn't hurt to spray your tomatoes with it either. I mean, it helps. But these are the bugs that come by. They lay eggs on your leaves and they turn into those worms that eat your plant up. They will literally eat, just like this one. Just like that leaf right there. Those little worms do it. And there's a little bitty worm right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Right there at the edge of my finger. Little tiny baby one. Right there. And he turns into a bigger one. And they will eat your leaves up just like that. It's all right to put it in the compost. It'll make great plant food for the rest of it, but they will eat your leaves. In fact, I can show you two of them right now. See? See those two worms right there? And there's other little ones on that leaf. That's what eats your leaves up. They start out from the little black eggs that some insect lays on your plant. And I just soak them good. I hope it kills them. Or at least makes them go away. Because they're all over my collard. Now in the colder weather, they don't really bother them as bad, but it's still 90-some degrees here in Texas, so. They're still eating away. The little bit of soap that I had put in there before is supposed to help it stick to the plant. But that's got that one good. I hope it does kill those worms. And you know, if you see that they're not too bad, you can go by and actually just pick them off. But there was those big ones, and I got a few little ones there. The little ones do just as much damage as the big ones because they'll eat and eat and eat, and then pretty soon they're the big ones. Yeah, pretty soon they end up being the big ones. But if you walk by your plants and you see what looks like a little bit of black dirt, they're just a slew of little black balls. It almost looks like dirt. That is your worms getting on your plants. And right now they basically just get on the greens because it's so warm. See this one down here? Look at this. This is my rutabaga leaves. And you can eat rutabaga leaves. You can eat turnip greens. I don't see any on there. I think I must have killed them the last time I sprayed, but they had eaten that much of the leaf already, which is not good. You don't want them to eat any of it. And I'm just before picking a couple of these rutabagas because they're getting to be pretty good size. And I don't want these varmints eating them. And like I said, it doesn't hurt to kind of spray around and put some on the other plants as well because it's not going to hurt them. Now you see that I come through and I sprayed these the other day, but I decided I'd coat them all again, what little bit I could. To get these bugs off of them. Don't like bugs on my stuff. My okra plants love to be sprayed with this because it makes all the critters go away. They quit eating the I can't tell what I'm showing you here. All the varmints, you know, the bugs leave the okra plant. The ants don't like it, so they leave. So I kind of spread it around when I'm out here the best I can. You got this one here. They don't bother the perpetual spinach too bad. But in some areas, this other stuff, it will. And don't be afraid to wet the ground. And do this after you've watered. You know, you don't want to do it before. Put that on my purple tree collards here. Sprayed it on this one. And I think I'm going to spray my little baby collard plants too, because I don't want bugs to be eating them before they even get big enough for me to transplant. Wet the dirt down good. That right, little buddy, huh? You gotta move. I'm coming through. And here I said I was going to spray my okra. There's all my okra. Let me pump up this thing again. My okra plants really took off when I sprayed them to keep the bugs off of them, especially the ants. Because if you've ever grown okra before, you know ants love to get on okra bushes. And they will destroy your okra. So to be sure, if you're growing okra, spray your okra plant. Spray my greens over here too. Look at this. They always love to follow me around the garden. My garden is getting so big under this canopy of shade cloth till it's kind of hard to maneuver with a tripod. But I didn't think I had showed you before me actually spraying some of these. Pepper plants don't really need them because pretty well stays away from the pepper plants. But you know what's getting on them even more so than the worms? The grasshoppers. The grasshoppers are terrible. And I don't know what to do about that. I really don't. But you can spray your tomato plants and they'll deter the worms, all kind of bugs off of them. I mean, you can spray your whole garden with it. It might not kill them. It might not kill the ants, but it'll definitely deter them. They'll go away, go get on something else, and leave your garden alone. Go in here and spray the back side of this other plant. This one. And I'll tell you, it doesn't seem to matter what you put on them. It's not going to keep the grasshoppers off. That's the big issue right there is the grasshoppers. But I'm going to spray it around my radishes. And this top shade cloth is hanging pretty low. But I'm going to spray my radishes, my little radish plants, and my carrots, because there's bugs that'll get in there too, and I don't want them to eat my plants up. So that ought to take care of it. Whew. I'm hot, y'all. I don't think I sprayed this collard out here. But like I said, the ones you can't get to eat, you can definitely use them as compost for your other plants. They make great plant food. Just make sure you wash your leaves good. I'm going to go ahead and spray that tomato plant too a little bit. Go ahead and keep the bugs off of it. But there you go. I knew I had not showed you. Well, I got another one up here at the door, I think. We need to go spray it. I don't think I sprayed this one. This tub here. I had just broke leaves off of it today because there was worms all over them. I mean, you have to keep them sprayed. I got one over here I need to spray. Because what I put on there is not going to hurt you. You know, you could eat the leaf after I spray it with pepper spray, and it's not going to hurt you. It might be a little hot, but definitely it's not going to kill you. Just make sure you wash your leaves, you know, good before you eat them, so you don't have all that hot pepper on them. See, it got 93 degrees, and look how my big leaves are drooped. They're just drooped right down. I spray the whole area with it as much as I can. Woo. I'm sweating to where I got stuff going in my eyes and I can't see. But I got these here. These are peppers. They're probably not going to bother them, but I got some perpetual spinach behind them that they've been eating on. So I'll go ahead and spray that good in the ground in the pot. Just remember, you got to keep them sprayed. You can't spray them one day and let it rain and wash all the spray off and then not spray them again. I don't really think I need to spray these, but I've got pepper plants, and one plant right there died. Those are bell peppers. So that's all there is to it, to using your pepper spray. You know, I did a video on making it where you just chop up a bunch of jalapenos, and I mean a lot of them, put them in a pot of water and just boil it and boil it and boil it. Just boil it until those peppers are completely cooked and your water is hot with the pepper. And then if you made it as strong as I did, you could dilute it down with water. If you only had a handful of peppers, you can put it in a great big old pot, boil that handful of peppers, chop them up good, seeds and all, throw them right in there, and then kind of strain it out. You just want the liquid to go in your spray bottle. And then just spray the, take the hot water from your peppers where you boiled them, and I'd boil them for an hour or two, you know, pretty good while. I just pour the cooled liquid right in my sprayer. But like I said, you need to strain it because you don't want any of the pepper. You don't want any of the seeds or anything like that to go in your sprayer, because then it'll probably clog your sprayer up. So that's all I have for you. Try the pepper spray. It really works. Okra loves it. I mean, my okra was kind of stunted for a while. There was so many ants getting on them. And I couldn't pick my okra because every time I'd reach to get a piece of okra, the ants were covering my hand. The first time I sprayed with this pepper spray, I went out there a couple of days later. After it rained, I think. It was a day or so later, it rained. I went out there and looked, and oh my gosh, my okra plants were 2 foot taller than they were when I sprayed them. They were happy. They didn't have any more insects on them. The ants were gone, and it made happy plants. So they started growing and producing okra. So that's all I have for you. And if you haven't seen that video, go back and see how I made the hot pepper spray with hot peppers. Any kind of hot pepper, it doesn't matter. Jalapenos, habaneros, whatever you got. Just boil them till they just fall apart. And then strain it all into, you know, strain the juice out. And then pour it in your sprayer. And get after your garden with it. Your garden will thank you. And I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye.